What is up, everybody? It is your boy, Pigskin Pete. Happy Wednesday to everybody. If you're new here, make sure you hit the thumbs up and the subscribe button. I do these college football videos and live streams year round. So there's been a lot of news coming out over the past couple of days about a potential renegotiation of the ESPN contract with the ACC. Now, originally the thought was, why would ESPN want to renegotiate this contract? They've got the ACC dead to rights. I mean, it's a great deal for ESPN that it runs through 2036. Not such a great deal for the ACC. Well, there's a couple of different reasons, but one main one that I'll get to. But let's explore the reasons why a renegotiation of the contract would be good for both the ACC and ESPN. Well, we know why it would be good for the ACC. I mean, that's clear because the current contract is terrible, and with everything that's going on in other conferences, it's a losing battle for the ACC. If they're stuck in this contract that runs through 2036, the ACC is done. They won't be able to add teams. They won't be able to expand, and in many people's minds, they might even just dissolve and go away or break up into different conferences or whatever the case may be. But ESPN owns the ACC network the same way that they own the SEC network. So it's in the best interest of ESPN for the ACC not to go away. That's number one. And they can continue to profit off of the ACC, not only in football, but in basketball as well, if the ACC sticks around. The obvious reason for the ACC to renegotiate the contract is to stay afloat and keep up with the Joneses, keep up with the SEC, keep up with the Big Ten, keep up with the Big 12, whoever. Now, I know this loose affiliation deal, or whatever you want to call it, this open relationship between the Pac-12 and the ACC has been dominating the news cycle. I really think that's much to do about nothing. This renegotiation of the contract could have something to do with the Pac-12. We'll get into that in a second too. But in my mind, the number one reason why ESPN would want to renegotiate this contract with the ACC is to draw in Notre Dame. Notre Dame has been the focal point of this conference realignment conversation since it began. Notre Dame might be the only team, well, they are the only team because they're independent, with a worse TV deal than even the ACC teams get. So right now, I think that Notre Dame's making like 18, I don't even know what the exact number is, so don't quote me on this, $15 to $18 million or something for 6 home games a year. And the ACC teams are making upwards of $30 million a year under the terrible contract right now. But if they could make a TV contract that would entice Notre Dame to come join the ACC, that would be good for the ACC, and it would be good for business for ESPN. Because whether people like to admit it or not, Notre Dame is the biggest brand out there right now. They can pretty much do whatever they want, go wherever they want, and join whoever they want at pretty much any time. Now, I've heard the theories about ESPN wanting this deal to be changed to also draw in some Pac-12 teams, because right now it seems as if the Pac-12 is in the worst shape of all the conferences. They're losing teams by the day, and they might even lose some more here in the coming months, or certainly in the coming years. I don't know if they even make it that far. Now, the theory being that if there's some sort of merger, right, between the Pac-12 and the ACC, which, by the way, I don't see that happening. I mean, at the very least, maybe a team or two from the Pac-12 will split off and come to the ACC, which, I don't really understand how that would work or how that would look. I don't buy into that. But that is the theory, is that ESPN is going to try to capitalize on the demise of the Pac-12 and try to bolster the ACC up because of their deal with the ACC and the ACC network. Again, I still find the most likely reason why ESPN would want to renegotiate this deal would be to draw in Notre Dame, because Notre Dame is the big boy, the big brand that brings in the big dollars for a company like ESPN. And of course, it does wonders as far as bolstering the stature of the ACC. So there you have it, folks. I believe this, if they do renegotiate this deal, that's great news for the ACC. And I also believe it's one step closer to getting Notre Dame to join the ACC. Let me know what you think below. We'll talk about it tonight on the Call-In Show. Your boy, Pigskin Pete, checking out.